Infinite Supreme Peace, Param Shanti to all the divine souls. Our salutations to our beloved Bapuji and Brahmama. Welcome you all to Bapuji Dashat Bhai Patel YouTube channel. This is the English translation of Bapuji's video discourse in Hindi titled घरों में फोटो या मूर्ति रखने से क्या होता है? धार्मिक आस्था, मानसिक शांति, सुरक्षा. What happens when you keep photos or idols at home? Religious faith, mental peace, protection. Param Shanti. In this discourse on what happens when you keep photos or idols at home, religious faith, mental peace, protection. Bapuji is explaining the significance of placing photos of deities in Hindu households and the protection associated with them. He explains that when Hindus keep photos of deities in their homes, the question arises, can these photos provide protection to the family or not? Bapuji says, let me explain in general terms. The idols placed in temples are usually made of stone, but during the Pran Pratishtha, a ritual of consaction, one subtle form of the deities enters those idols. As a result, those who visit temples benefit from the help of the deities. The question arises, what happens if Pran Pratishtha is not performed and only photos of deities are kept in the house? By keeping photos of deities at home, there is a sense of connection with the divine and a special room is made for it. When there is a special room or anywhere when one sits alone in such a room and meditates on these deities, both devotion and focus are applied. Whether it is an idol or a photo of these deities, one receives power from them. But the thing is, over several lifetimes, we have seen how foreign influences have impacted us. Various religions, sects, and practices slowly entered India. The Mughals invaded and the Christians ruled for 200 to 250 years. Gradually, religions like Christianity and Islam have spread. Look at Somnath Temple. It was looted 17 times by Ghaznavi. Our India, which was once vast, stretching from Afghanistan to Burma, and even as far as Cambodia to Nepal. Part of China and Tibet were once portions of India. India has seen parts of it gradually break away. India was very large, but slowly pieces of it were broken off. Many foreign influences, particularly Christian and Muslim forces, gradually increased and parts of India broke away. Today you can see what has happened in Afghanistan, Pakistan and Bangladesh. These foreign influences, heretical souls caused the partitioning of India. Even today, within India, look at the Babri Masjid, where later the Ram Mandir was only rebuilt after much difficulty. Even today, there are thousands, if not millions, of Hindu temples that were demolished and mosques were built in their places. This means that the Suksham Jagat or the subtle realm controls the physical world. In the subtle world, the number of souls is vast. Look at today's population. Out of 8 billion people, 2.5 billion are Christians, 1.9 billion are Muslims, and Hindus are now third with around 1.1 billion. Buddhists are about 600 million. These four major religions, especially Christianity and Islam, have a vast number of souls in the subtle realm. Wherever these souls go, whether it is in the African continent or elsewhere, you will see that Christianity and Islam have spread widely. The souls of Christians and Muslims are numerous in the subtle world, and they continue to spread various religions and sects. This is what has happened in India as well. In Hindu homes, I made a video where I mentioned that even in Hindu households, Christian and Muslim souls, as well as souls from other religions, have entered. These foreign souls drive away the souls of Hindu deities from the homes of Sanatan Dharma followers, and then they take birth in those homes themselves. This is the intense effect of Kali Yuga, or the Dark Age. In Kali Yuga, during this time, adharma or unrighteousness prevails in the name of dharma or righteousness. People are abandoning their dharma. Hindus too have left their faith and are visiting dargahs, which are the tombs or shrines of the Muslim saints. Where there are many spirits, ghosts, and evil beings, these Muslim spirits enter the homes of Hindus. Look at Sai Baba. Many times I have said that Sai Baba was a Muslim. Millions of Muslims have used Sai Baba as a means to spread Islam. His idols are now placed in almost every temple, and the intellect of Hindus has been corrupted. Because the souls of Muslims reside in their homes, those who follow Sai Baba are all Hindus. Muslims do not go to Sai Baba's temples. So what has happened? One can see that dharma glani or deterioration of religion or decline in moral values, religious principles, decline of religion has reached its peak. There are many sects within Hinduism, and people's minds have become so dominated by tamopradhan or ignorance that they cannot grasp the truth. Look at Kabir Panthi, the followers of Kabir. They consider Kabir as a Muslim. Similarly, Satya Sai Baba claimed, "I am the avatar or the incarnation of Sai Baba." There are countless religious sects and factions, and Hinduism alone has 35,000 sects, large and small. So what has happened? The rise of these religious sects and factions has led to internal conflicts among followers of the same religion. All over the world, various sects and factions have emerged, leading to many religious wars. Christians spread their religion through numerous wars. Muslims, through the power of the sword, converted many people to Islam. Look at India, where Muslim rulers like Aurangzeb who forcibly converted the Hindus. Weak souls, unable to resist, became Muslims. Even today, many Christians and Muslims are converting people in India. Those with more power in the subtle realm have more influence. In the subtle world, Christians and Muslims have many strong souls, and that is why they have more power on earth. This strength leads to extensive religious conversations all over the world. Whether it is among black or white people in India or elsewhere, religion is spreading. In China, for example, people are extremely atheist, and Russia is mostly atheist as well. But in Russia, there is still some allowance for people to build temples, mosques, and churches, though it is very minimal. However, in China, atheism is total and no religion is allowed there. Thus, the earth is divided in various ways. Atheist religions, there are many religious sects, and even in the atheist religion, there are many souls. In China, the atheist religion is filled with souls, and out of the 8 billion people, at least 1 to 2 billion souls are atheists. Even in India, there are many atheists who do not believe in God or the soul and the supreme soul. For those who do not believe in the soul or the supreme soul, their souls do not fall into any particular category, but their numbers are large. This is why the world is currently going through changes for these souls. The Third World War, if it happens, will be caused by those with power in the subtle world. Conflicts and fights also arise due to this. If there is a third world war, what will happen? Who will be saved and how? People are not reflecting on this, and material desires have greatly increased. Eating, drinking, and indulging in pleasures, that is what everyone in the world is doing. They live by the saying, eat, drink, and enjoy. Who knows what tomorrow holds? This has become a tradition for people. The knowledge of the soul and the Paramatma, the Supreme Soul, is not given, and even when it is, very few accept it. People do not know themselves as souls. Until a person knows themselves, what will be their state at the end? The soul itself, which is a combination of the physical and the conscious, remains unknown to them. The feelings of devotees, as mentioned in the scriptures, contain many aspects. The souls of these numerous religious sects and factions will ultimately end up fighting among themselves and dying because they will only fight with each other. The Third World War, if it happens, will see so many nuclear bombs explode that it will be unimaginable. The reason I am explaining this at length is to help you understand that if you have a few pictures hanging in your home and if your devotion is strong enough, ultimately in the path of the devotion, feelings play a key role. Through the power of devotion, devotees receive helpline. In the path of knowledge, one enhances the power of the soul. The knowledge of the soul and the Supreme Soul enables one to be in Atma Swarup or soul conscious state, and they receive power from the Supreme Soul. By increasing the power of the soul, one's path becomes clearer. If a negative soul enters the path, it becomes liberated. There is a difference between Gyan Marg and Bhakti Marg, the path of knowledge and the path of devotion. When there is a deep devotion, even when standing before a picture, if there is a strong devotion and feelings of worship, and if one prays to their deities with great devotion, they can receive power even from the picture. Today, deities are granting power to their devotees. However, in many households, spirits from other religions are present. So how can they allow one to engage in devotion through the picture? The power of Maya or illusion is immense, and where one is trapped in Maya, the feeling of devotion diminishes. True devotion is now very rare in India. Only a few souls are truly devoted, while most practice superficial devotion. Superficial devotion doesn't bring results. Only through sacrifice, penance, or deeply following the path of devotion can one attain peace of mind. Mental disorders can be healed through sincere devotion. People's devotion to their chosen deities, their Ishtadevas, has diminished, and their minds are unsettled. People question, where are our deities? They wonder how, after so many Hindu temples were destroyed and converted into mosques, these deities couldn't even protect their own temples. If they couldn't save their temples, how will they save us? When they see the state of the world with wars happening everywhere, people start to think this way. This is why more and more people are becoming atheists, losing their faith. All they care about now is traveling, eating, and enjoying life, which is why devotion is also fading. Even the reputation of saints has been tarnished, and this has weakened Sanatan Dharma, the eternal religion, significantly. Hindus have become enemies of their own fellow Hindus. In politics, too, there is a lot of irreligious activity happening in the name of religion, and this has saddened people's minds. This is why devotion is disappearing. People are no longer engaged in true devotion. There is no feeling of devotion, no love for others, and they do not even respect human values. They do not help others. Very few children, maybe 1%, have good souls and possess a true sense of devotion. These souls receive divine help, and the fruit of devotion is knowledge. As a person continues to engage in devotion, their intellect opens up and their minds become clearer and sharper. Even if one prays with devotion before a picture at home, their intellect becomes pure and satupradhan, or dominated by purity and goodness. When the intellect becomes satupradhan, good thoughts naturally arise, and the mind searches for knowledge of the soul and the Paramatma, the Supreme Soul, from all directions. Therefore, true devotion leads to pure knowledge. Even in this lifetime or in the next, the soul that has engaged in devotion for many births gradually receives the fruit of devotion. Devotion purifies the intellect, making it satopradhan, predominantly virtuous and wise. When the intellect improves and becomes satopradhan, the mind naturally starts searching for the knowledge of the soul and the Paramatma. As the soul begins this search for divine knowledge, it eventually finds it. The mind is filled with a deep desire for knowledge, and it wanders in search of it. Sometimes here and there, but eventually the soul finds the knowledge of the Paramatma. Once this knowledge is attained, the person follows the full path of knowledge. When one receives the infinite supreme knowledge, they gain understanding. This is why, even though there are pictures of deities in every household, the question remains, why do not these deities show their power? The truth is, even though these deities are willing to display their power, the power within them has diminished greatly. Similarly, in the path of devotion, due to a lack of strong feelings and faith, the path of devotion is also weakening. This is why Sanatan Dharma has become weak over time. Numerous religious sects and groups have emerged in India and they keep fighting among themselves. Religious conversion is happening extensively both in India and worldwide. One of the main reasons of this is the era of Kali Yuga, the age of moral and spiritual decline, a time of dharma glani, where religion is being degraded. The atmosphere has become negative and the negativity is entering even through the air we breathe. This is why if people gain knowledge, they will understand everything and only then can there be ultimate peace. Finally, I want to explain that in homes where there are pictures or idols of deities, if the atmosphere is not filled with devotion and if there are souls of non-believers, spirits or ghosts in the house, these spirits can enter the picture or idols and take on the form of the deities. By assuming the form of the deities, these non-believing spirits can confuse and mislead the intellect of the people in the house. In today's world, this phenomenon of non-believing spirits taking on the forms of deities has become very common. Because many forms of deities have been created, gradually the power and strength of these deities have diminished. As a result, non-believing spirits, evil spirits, can take on the forms of deities in the pictures kept in the home. In many temples as well, non-believing spirits enter the pictures and idols of deities. This is why you see Sai Baba's idols being placed in so many temples. The reason behind this is that these non-believing spirits have placed Sai Baba's pictures alongside other idols in the temple. Today, many people from the Vishwa Hindu Parishad are protesting against this practice, insisting that these pictures should not be placed in the temples. However, no one listens because the spirits connected to the non-believers and Muslims are very powerful in these places, and they influence the placement of such idols and pictures. Those non-believing spirits can even enter the idols themselves. They can take over the images of deities and even influence what is placed in the homes. Whether it is in the temples or houses, these spirits can enter the pictures and idols of deities. Even when you visit temples today, in some temples, the idols are not those of the deities but are influenced by non-believing spirits. This is a subtle reason for this. Why are idols of the non-believers in the temples? Because once pictures are placed, these spirits also enter them. It is common for these spirits to enter homes and occupy pictures. It is common sense that over the last 2000 years, 500 million people have become Christians, and in 1400 years, 1.9 billion have become Muslims. So countless souls have been born into Hindu households, and naturally they also enter the pictures there. They also enter the idols in the temples. Everywhere in India, it has become the rule of non-believers, which is why the strength of Sanatana Dharma has weakened. The power of non-believers has grown stronger and Sanatana Dharma's strength has diminished because in every place, whether it is a picture or an idol, those spirits have entered them. What is happening in that temples? Non-believer spirits have entered the idols. They first enter the idols, then increase their power in the temples, and finally they got the temples destroyed. The spirits of non-believers gradually took over the power within the idols. Over time, they grew stronger. As their strength grew, they were able to destroy the temples. परम शांति बेहद की परम 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 महाशांति है महाशांति है महाशांति है
बेहद की परम शांति सोचो बोलो परम शांति
Join us daily for our morning live meditation Monday to Saturday 5:30 to 6:30 a.m.
Join us daily for live meditation 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. on YouTube Live. Subscribe now. Website www.paramshanti.org. Email us anant@paramshanti.org. Like, share, subscribe. Join today.
बेहद की परम शांति सो